Johnson, appraiser and realtor here. Want to talk today a little bit about investing properties. Although, as a realtor, I would love and am willing to sell any house and help you buy any property you have. But the one area I think where my specialties help out the most would be in investments, right? So we're talking about either buying a property and flipping it, or buying a property and renting it out, and then, perhaps selling it then a couple of years later too. The reason why I think my experience helps with this a lot is just the amount of information you need to successfully have a flip or a rental property. So this is a situation where you can lose a lot of money and you have dreams of flipping property after property, and your first flip is your last flip. When you're getting investment properties, you have to get the right property at the right price. You have to know how much you can spend on that flip, right, to update that house, and then get a really good idea of what is it going to sell for afterwards. If you're just winging it, I hope you've got deep pockets. You could get lucky, but most likely, if you're winging it, your first flip is going to be your last flip. I have seen that before. I have, as an appraiser, worked with a lot of investors. They would hire me basically to look at entire markets, right? They'll say, Mike, okay, I want to focus in this town, find some properties. Once I do that, I'll show a couple of them, and they'll say, okay, I want a value for what you think I can offer right now, how much you think it might cost to update it or repair it, and then how much would it sell for afterwards. I even used to do this with Fannie Mae back when I first started appraising. This was back in 2010, 2017. This is when there was a lot of foreclosures. So I would basically just go into dilapidated, vacant properties and say, okay, how much is it worth now, and how much will it be worth in the future? So being able to use me as a tool like that can help you save quite a bit of money, and then take a lot of risk, not all risk, but can take a lot of risk out of that equation. I do have to say right now, with the way the market is, you're not seeing nearly as many flips, okay? You're not having a lot of these properties come on the market real low that have got all sorts of issues, that would basically dissuade a regular buyer to get, but an investor loves, right? You don't see nearly as much of that. You do see them, but you have to be patient. You have to wait for them, and then you have to have the ability to pounce on them when they're available. That's where being able to have your finances in order so you can make a quick sale is so important, when you're doing investment properties. That being said, there is a lot of good properties to use as fix and rent. This is usually a less risky option because you don't have to make that money back right away, right? You can basically fix up a couple of things, make it a nice livable property. We're talking about painting, flooring, maybe a little bit of work in the kitchen and bathrooms, maybe not. It's not always necessary. And then you can just let it make money for you. Let it sit. And when prices maybe jump even more, you can sell it. Or this is just something that you hang on to for the long haul. It's part of your, your retirement fund. Yeah, I need that. Well, either way, if you guys are interested and you want to take a look at some properties, or you just have some questions about getting into either flipping or investment properties, you're in the Fox Valley area, give me a call, text me, email me. I'm always willing to talk. Thank you.